All right, ladies, we are talking all about diet-friendly foods, snacks, meals, all the things. So, I don't think I know how to turn the screen around while doing a live and not lose you. So I am literally going to prop you in a little box of wine because I have, look at this, all these foods and stuff to show you, and I don't think I can actually turn the photo around and show you, so poor planning. Hey Sinead, so I'm literally going to prop you in a box of wine so I can use my hands and show you everything that I have prepared for today's live of all my favorite things. So bear with me. I'm literally just going to put you in, you're literally not resting in between wine bottles, so you're welcome. Maybe. Oh God, this is going to fall, isn't it? All right, there we go. We're good. Okay, so first, what I want to do is go over general snack ideas. So we're going to go through a ton of snacks that I have. Then I'm going to break you down into some of my favorite meals when dieting, from breakfast, lunch, dinner, all the good things. So with this being said, this is the whole thing this is about is learning how to not be hangry when you're on a diet. So with that said, you're going to be hungry some days. When you were trying to lose weight, there's this huge issue in diet culture now, like, oh my God, I was hungry yesterday and I just felt so restricted and I was just very hungry. Okay, sometimes you're going to be hungry if you're trying to lose weight. That kind of has to happen. You shouldn't be starving all the time and it shouldn't be that miserable, but sometimes you just have to be hungry so you can lose weight. Sometimes that just happens, so moving on. So a big thing when it comes to snacks when you're dieting is using pre-packaged portions to your advantage and realizing that you don't always have to eat the whole thing. So for example, like a big one right here is salted nuts. So here's like a bag of roasted salted almonds. Here's a bag of cashews inside of another bag because I was so hungry when I opened it. It was like one of those and cashews went everywhere. You don't need the whole bag. An entire serving size of cashews, I think it's what, a fourth of a cup or something usually-ish, about a fourth of a cup. That's gonna run you how much? 16 grams of fat. If you're on a diet, that's a lot of fat to devote to one snack. So instead of always thinking you have to eat the recommended serving size per the package, make your own damn serving. So literally what I used to do when I was in the clinic full time before I would drive home, because it was like, I was in San Diego, it was not a short drive home, even though it wasn't that far of a distance, I was in traffic, and I would always get super hungry. So literally having like 6 or 7 salted almonds was enough to just kibosh my hunger cue, make me feel not hangry, but also not eat up a ton of my calories when they were low toward the end of a diet phase. So literally a small little bit of nuts goes a long way. Sometimes when you're thinking snack, you don't need to think whole on meal replacement bars. So for example, let's pull out, I just literally have a giant thing of a box of food next to me. So let's see what we find in here. So these bars, one bars, I love these for general taste. I think these are better than Quest bars personally from like a taste and texture standpoint. So this one, literally one bar, but I was gonna say this one bar, so get it? Anywho, is 220 calories. So in this bar alone is 8 grams of fat, 23 grams of carbohydrate, and 20 grams of protein. So really macro balance. You get a ton of protein, carbs not too bad, and fat on the low end for a bar like this, which is great. But if you were literally just looking for a snack to hold you over between meals, you don't need a bar this big. That's a lot of carbohydrates and just calories in general to devote to something that you can really quickly. So think of this more along the lines of a meal replacement, or if you're gonna go a long time without eating, you need something with sustenance. Whereas I'm using, 6 almonds or something just to kibosh my hunger cues, it's because I literally am going to go home and make dinner. But I just know if I'm snarling when I walk through the door, I'm going to be eating dinner while I'm making it, and there goes the day. Oops, we've all been there. So just being mindful of an actual snack size, just because this is perfectly packaged doesn't mean you have to have the whole thing. Sometimes if I just was in the mood, like this as the birthday cake flavor, I think, legit, it's so good, is I would be like, okay, I don't wanna put all of these calories toward this one thing. So I would literally open it, rip off half of it and put the other half in a snack bag, and then know the other day would be like I would have the other half the next day. So you can create your own serving size. Just because it is in one pouch, you have to finish the whole thing every single time. So just being mindful about how much you're getting from a snack and what is the point. Are you trying to keep yourself fueled and going through the day and it's gonna be a while before you get to eat again? Or are you just really hungry and you need to get by for another hour or two? So you need to look at how much you actually need in those moments when you're snacking. So where do I want to go next? Let's just kind of talk about some really low calorie friendly snacks. So my go-tos when I am on a diet, and I just really am trying to stretch calories as far as I can because I like to volume eat. I like to eat a lot of food. My go-to is a hard-boiled egg. So you'll learn this the more you diet, the more you're trying to play around with different foods. Protein and fat are more satisfying than carbohydrates. So literally when you're looking from like an actual hormonal and biologic response to what you eat, the hard-boiled egg will keep you satisfied longer than a bag of pretzels the size of your head because your body just straight through those carbs really quickly. Hey Megan, thanks for joining in. So protein and fat are where you want to put your money when you're trying to just stretch calories and keep yourself not that hungry. Because I mean, we all know carbs are what you really want at the end of the night. You know, all the granola, all the cereal, all the ice cream, all the yummy carbs. So I don't want my carbs to just go to all my snacks during the day. So hard-boiled egg is a huge one for me. String cheese, those are almost comparable as far as equal, you know, protein, fat, and overall calories. So hard-boiled egg and string cheese are like my ace in the hole. Literally 6, 7, 8 nuts, or like a little like yogurt cup, like a Too Good, that TWO Good is a little yogurt cup. It's a good protein thing. Maybe throw a couple bloobs in there, a couple raspberries or whatnot. Those are some really, really easy snacks just to hold me over until I get to the next actual meal. Something else I would do, I don't have my like holy grail because I drank them all, so I'll have to tell you about it. But doing something like this is a live probiotic. This is like a probiotic soda. Something that has carbonation or any sort of like a probiotic is really gonna help kibosh your hunger cue. Like even just sipping on a bubbly water, that's a disgusting new word, ew. Sipping on a bubbly water, don't ever say that word, that was felt weird. So this is literally 10 calories and 3 grams of carbohydrate. It has some probiotics in it, and it just helps make me feel like I ate something if I'm trying to hold myself into the next meal. My holy grail of like favorite like probiotic, whatever, kombucha beverages, because kombuchas are usually just a giant sugar bomb, there is a brand called Kevita, Kevita. Mind you, I get no kickback from Kevita or anything like this, or the one brand, whatever, but they have a certain flavor. They have like, you know, mint mojito and all the good stuff that have more sugars and more carbohydrates in there, but they have one flavor called like lemon cayenne. The entire bottle is, I think, maybe 10 calories and a gram or 2 of carbohydrate. It is mainly just water, but it's carbonated. There's a little spice to it because of the cayenne. It's not melt your face off spicy because I wouldn't like it. And having the spice, the carbonation, and the probiotic in there will literally just shut off my hunger for almost an hour and a half. It's amazing, and it's like negligible as far as calories and carbohydrates. So it's just not being afraid to spend some time in the grocery store and stumbling across it. No one told me about those things. I was just in the little kombucha section. I was like, what's this one? And I just turn around, I look at the label, look at what's in there, and I stumble across things, and I tried them. That lemon cayenne Kevita, like probiotic sparkling beverage, is legit. That's like the ace in the hole for the best thing to keep you from like satisfied in between meals so you don't get that hangry. So a probiotic drink, a carbonated drink, those are really great. And then again, hard-boiled eggs, string cheeses, and just a couple salted nuts are a really, really low calorie way to kibosh hunger just to get you until you're ready to like have your actual next meal. So with all of that being said, I have some other examples of bars I like, other just different types of foods that I'm just gonna show you. I have a lot of food right here. So let's just go through some bar ideas and kind of what they bring. There's a bar brand called Power Crunch. This one is peanut butter cream. I think I have like a vanilla one, maybe a lemon one, lemon meringue or something. So these are going to be a little more calorically dense. I mean, we're looking in like the 200 calories something per bar, but this is 220 calories. It is literally 12 grams of carbohydrate. They're very, very low on carb. Hey, Jillian, thanks for joining in. So a question, any non-dairy thoughts higher in protein? We'll get there in a second. I have a couple bars there. So, but going back to this bar, since I don't jump around too much, is the Power Crunch. This is literally, like, so there is going to be dairy in this, but this is literally 12 grams of carbohydrate. It's 13 grams of fat and about 13 grams of protein. So this I lean on when I have a lower carbohydrate day because it just kind of shuts off my hunger. It gives me enough fat and protein to keep me satisfied, and it's not a ton of carbohydrate, but it's crunchy, so I enjoy it. Also, if you get these, don't leave them in your purse in a hot car because they're kind of coated and the whole thing just turns to, the outside turns to goo and you're left with these weird wafers. So I actually, if they were in my purse, I would throw it in the fridge for like even 10 minutes before I eat it, and the texture is bomb. So Power Crunch are great for a lower carb, higher fat option in regards to bars. I already talked about the One Bar. I like these better than Quest bars in general, and this is just a standard like 20 grams of protein, 20 grams of carbs, under 10 grams of fat, like across the board, and they have some really good flavors. So yeah, I do like One Bar a lot. Going into the dairy option, dairy-free options, I love me. I don't know if I have any in here because again, I eat a lot. So Lara bars. Lara bars themselves, I don't eat on a regular basis because they're pretty much just a carbohydrate bomb because it's primarily like dates and things like that in here. So this, for example, is 190 calories, 9 grams of fat, 27 grams of carb for 3 grams of protein. So when I use Lara bar is when I'm out hiking. If I just need a quick energy source, think carbohydrates to energy is like Amazon Prime is to mail. Quick acting. So I use regular Lara bar when I'm out hiking, but they do have a plant-based, so this will be, I believe this is dairy-free. Lara bar makes a protein bar. I actually like these quite a bit. That's a pea blend, pea protein, whatever. So the texture, I would not say is like as luscious as ice cream type of thing, but it's not, I like them. My husband doesn't. Let me use that as a frame of reference. He doesn't like diet food. So you can tell this is like a fortified protein bar, but this is 210 calories, has 26 grams of carb, but this has 11 grams of protein as compared to the other one only having 3. So I love protein Lara bar for a dairy-free protein bar option. And then also is the One Bars, I was talking about those earlier, they have a new line of plant-based options. So One Bar, this is one plant. This is banana nut bread. I'm gonna be honest, all the flavors kind of taste similar, but I like them and they're really, really macro friendly. So this bar here is 165 calories, 7 grams of fat, 20 grams of carb, 12 grams of protein. So when you're leaning more on plant-based options, no, there's probably going to be a little bit more carbohydrate with the protein, but the one plant and the protein based Lara bar are 2 of my go-to dairy-free options for clients who just have that need. So those are some of my go-to bars. Let me just put these away so I can stay organized here. All right, another great go-to move of mine. Apparently I ate the package because it's missing or something. So our jerky sticks. So this is literally just a bag of jerky. So these I guess are called chomplings. They're turkey mini sticks. And there's like, this is like snack mates. So I got some of these. They were actually, I didn't realize they were for kids until I bought them. But literally one of these is like 25 calories and 4 grams of protein in the stick. So I could have like 3 of these and it makes me feel like I'm eating something without mowing through a ton of calories, and there's negligible fat and carbohydrate. So like in these chompling things here, like every little like stick is 1 gram of fat, no carb, and 5 grams of protein. So you can, have 3 of these, feel like you have a snack because you get quite a bit of chewing, and there is 15 grams of carbohydrate there, and you're still under 100 calories. So jerky is a great one. I don't have any other jerky because honestly, I ate it all. I love Tillamook 0 sugar turkey jerky, and it's mainly just a protein source. Most jerkies have also a substantial amount of carbohydrate because they're using teriyaki and other types of flavors that lends itself to more sugar in the product, which means more carbohydrate in the product. So when I'm going for a jerky, I'm looking for something lower in carbohydrate. So the 0 sugar one from Tillamook is like the best. Epic. I think it's called Epic Foods or something. I had like a sriracha chicken bite jerky one from them not too long ago. Really good. Nice and spicy, not gonna lie, but jerky is a great way to go. Some other ideas for food options I have here is Quest chips. So this is their ranch flavor. So this entire bag is 1 serving. This is 140 calories, only has 4.5 grams of fat, only 5 grams of carb for this whole bag, and 19 grams of protein. So I know they have like nacho flavors, fiesta, whatever flavors. I found this bag and it had a bunch of the little bags inside the big bag. And I have a few left in here. I think I found this at like Target. Target sells these, Walmart sells these, some people just do Amazon. But pre-packaged things can be a dieter's best friend. So you don't feel like you have to open the whole bag of chips or bag of Cheez-Its is like my thing, and then exercise self-restraint. The serving size is made for you in some of these, which is super helpful when you're dieting. So protein chips is a great one. I always love to have protein powder on hand. So for a dairy-free option, my favorite is High Performance Nutrition Planta. So this, what I grabbed, this is their peanut butter and jelly flavor. Surprisingly fantastic. I had my doubts because I'm a peanut butter and jelly snot, but these are great. So like a scoop of this in water will run you 110 calories for 2.5 grams of fat, 20 grams of protein, and 2 grams of carbohydrates. So in a pinch, when you're in a diet and you just need to slam some protein and you don't want to waste your fats and carbs on a snack, put some protein in a shaker, drink it with water, slam it, and get on with your day. The protein's enough to shut off your hunger cue to get you to the next meal. Again, we are talking about trying to stretch calories when you're in a diet so you don't feel like you just need to only stick to 3 meals and then you get so hungry between meals that you're never actually satisfied. It's better to satisfy hunger than let it get out of control because you're trying to save so many calories for later. So this is a plant-based options. Which one is that? I don't know if you're talking about this. This is High Performance Nutrition Planta Protein. So I think their website's like hpnsups.com. If you message me, or it might even be somewhere in this Facebook group, I do have a discount code for these guys, HPN. It's like High Performance Nutrition. This will be like, I think it's 10% off if you use the code HLB, but this is a plant-based vegan option. The one, my favorite one is by far Banana Maple French Toast. It's like a drug. It's so good. They're all vegan. And then another question came in. I just ordered a sample pack to try that brand. So excited. Yeah, they do good work. I don't love their like sprinkle cupcake and like some of the other ones, but 90% of their shit is amazing. Then if you don't mind dairy, like whey protein, I think I have one in here. Okay, so like here, this is a Body Nutrition Company. This is a True Team. They sell sample sizes in every single flavor they make. So if I know I'm going to be traveling, I'll just get on their website and order like 8 samples. And so this one right here is like chocolate peanut butter cup. I'll order, cookies and cream. I'll order vanilla. I'll order chocolate, whatever. And it's already packaged for me, which is super handy. So this is Body Nutrition Co. So I do get, if you use the code HLB20, I think you get 20% off of these guys. I don't really remember. That's not what we're actually talking about, but having protein on hand can really help in a diet phase to help shut off your hunger cue without feeling like you're devoting a ton of carbohydrates and fats to a snack just to get you to your next meal. And also, some people just find it hard to meet protein goals when calories are low. So leaning on a protein powder supplement, it's not an unhealthy thing to do. It is a means to an end. You're trying to achieve a certain physique. And when you have limited resources, meaning limited calories, you have to make the best of what you can. So sometimes protein powder is just the way to go. Other things, moving on. Here, we're gonna talk a little bit about pre-portioned snacks. So sweets. Let's talk about chocolate. Everyone loses their mind around chocolate and sweets and all the things, or it's the popcorn or the chips, whatever it is. But buying things that are already pre-portioned helps kind of exercise self-restraint a little bit better. So for example, I love offensively dark chocolate, like offensively bitter. I don't know if you guys would like this. This is not sweet. This is very bitter, but it almost is like a challenge to eat. You're like, oh, that's chocolatey. Oh boy. So I found these at my store recently. They're Extreme Bites. It's an endangered species. So, you're also contributing to, helping animals. So who doesn't love that? I'm a sucker for anything like that. But literally, it's a bag of just pre-packaged chocolates. They're all wrapped individually. I think I just broke all of them. Oops. But they're all wrapped individually, so it's so easy for me to exercise self-restraint and pick out one because all the rest that are in the bag are still wrapped. I'm not about to just rip through every wrapping and eat the entire bag because they're not already open. Like some of those other chocolates you open, they're all there, and like you open the bag and the angels thing type of concept. This helps you exercise self-control. So for one of these squares, the serving size is 2 pieces. So if you're to have 1 square, you're looking at like 60 calories, 3 grams of fat, 4 grams of carb, and 1 gram of protein. So pretty easy to factor into a diet, and these are great. But exercising self-control is challenging, so buying things that are pre-packaged can go a long way. So when I am looking for smaller things to keep me satisfied, or like I currently have these as like a pre-workout just because I snack just because I want something small but not something big, is I found Luna Minis, tiny little mini bar. I think it's 90 calories for a little mini bar, as opposed to, you know, a bar that's gonna put you, you know, north of 200 calories. 90 calories in one tiny little itty bitty package. So here's a Luna bar one. Lara bar, they have minis. I found this one. This is chocolate cherry truffle, this tiny little thing. I think it's also 90 calories. Let's see. RX, I clearly have a snack problem. RX bar, I did buy some of this for you guys for the live, so I'm just saying, don't judge. It's fine. Anyway, so RX bar, they also make little minis. So like here's like a little like chocolate sea salt one. So they also have a peanut butter one in here. They're about 100 calories each for a mini. And then who remembers the oats and honey like granola bars from like when you were in like the volleyball team and everyone would pack the snacks and you open it up and like there's granola everywhere, just so many crumbles and they're so crunchy. They're actually pretty good. So what I do, I don't have any open. So each one of these holds 2 bars. So if I just want a pre-workout snack or just, I don't want the whole thing, I open it, I take out 1 bar and I put the rest in a snack bag and I just put it right back in the box. So 2 of them are 190 calories. So 1 of them is 95 calories. So it's a way to kind of use portion control that's already built in for you. So when it comes to dieting, you do need to set your environment up for success. So if you buy all of your favorite things, like a giant bag of granola, a giant box of cereal, a giant box of cheese, it's a giant bag of chips, and all of it just opens and you're just ready to eat it all, that's going to end up you're going to shoot yourself in the foot eventually. So having some things that are already pre-packaged sometimes is worth the investment. Yeah, okay, so maybe it was, you know, a few dollars more to buy something that had, you know, the extra pre-package in there than buy the entire open bag of chocolate. But to me, those maybe extra $1 or 2 are worth it so I can, you know, feel good about my nutrition choices and not feel so tempted during the day and be miserable trying to resist eating the rest of the chocolate that's open. So those are a lot of snack ideas that I just went over. So if you guys have any questions about snacks, drop them in and I'll give you a second if you need to type any snack or questions in or any questions about what I just covered. Then we're gonna go and talk about meals. That'll be a little bit quicker and then I'll be done talking and let you get on with your day. So give you a second to type in any questions. All right, the no questions coming in. So moving on. So when I'm in diet mode, then we're just gonna go through breakfast, lunch, dinner, my favorite foods, like meals. My go-to breakfast in diet mode is cheesy egg whites with a giant thing of sauteed garlicky spinach and maybe a little cup of fruit. So I would literally do like 4 or 5 servings of egg white. So it's a big protein portion. So I'm satisfied. Throw in maybe, you know, anywhere from like 15 to 20 grams of like cheddar, or if I don't want to add cheese, I'll put a whole egg in there as my fat source. Then, you know, I'll put even, you know, a cup or 2. So you have like your spinach like mound on the, like a hot plate, like just on the skillet, and just let it wilt down over the heat. And it turns, so, you know, the mound turns into like this big. But then I'm usually seasoning with salt, pepper. I'll just throw some garlic powder on there and also a little like chipotle pepper seasoning or cayenne. So it's a little spicy. And then maybe like a little cup of like blueberries or something. That's a go-to move. Or I know on my Instagram, I have quite a few full days of eating linked where I'll do a big protein fluff for breakfast or a really big smoothie. You can really stretch calories a lot that way. When you're thinking lunch, I really lean on big salads. So in summer, I always just default to like a huge, I make them in serving bowls. Like a spinach salad with some fresh strawberries, crumble of goat cheese, and like a really light balsamic dressing. Like lately, my favorite dressings are Skinny Girl. I think I actually have some. What? Well, let's just go to my fridge. Let's just have some fun. So we're gonna go on a walk. Hey. So I think I have some dressing here. Yeah. So here is Skinny Girl. This is my favorite dressing lately. So this is the balsamic, but I know she also has like a poppy seed, honey mustard, things like that. So those are super great. And I just make a really big salad and I put on, you know, grilled chicken, things like that. And that's pretty much my lunch. I'm pretty basic. I don't want it to be overly complicated. That's just not really what I like to do. So lunches, I go salads almost all the time because I actually like them. Other great things to do are, you know, cauliflower rice, with you can throw in, you know, shrimp or a couple little beans, like edamame is a great one. And so basically I just don't care about lunch. To me, lunch just has to happen. I like breakfast food and I like dinner food and I like dessert. Lunch is stupid. If I never had a sandwich again, I'd be fine. But, ooh, that reminds me. So this was a game changer. So Costco has big ones, at least my Costco here, but I couldn't make it to Costco. So crepini, these little wraps, they're kind of egg white-ish. They're not for everyone. They are not a bread, like pseudo bread. They are not bread. It is literally egg whites. People make crepes in these things. but it's mainly cauliflower and egg whites. So literally one of these is 8 calories. So, and yeah, it's like a gram of protein. So I'll put 2 of them together and like put on a square of Laughing Cow cheese and some turkey meat and make a roll up of that. I prefer to do a turkey wrap with the big ones, but I just didn't make it to Costco. So my Publix had some small ones, so I'm just making some little ones. And I do have that also linked on Instagram in my full day of eating highlights. I know it's in a post in there. So lunch, I keep easy. Salads or those like little turkey wraps, that's pretty much what I do. And then when it comes to dinner, I really make lean protein and a vegetable the star. So you're thinking, you know, fish, chicken, occasionally I'll do salmon, shrimp. The fish I love, mahi-mahi, tilapia's good, grouper's good. Even like a lean pork chop can work too. You don't always have to go chicken, you know, even like a lean like pork tenderloin, a beef tenderloin if you eat that stuff, like eat beef, like all, there's nothing wrong with eating a lot of those things. You just have to know how much fat's in them. Then I'm usually just putting it on top of a big salad. My cheesy garlicky cauliflower rice, that's also a highlight on Instagram. That's like on repeat. When I'm dieting, I usually have that twice a week. Like steamed green beans, a big thing of roasted asparagus, roasted broccolini. That's usually what I'm leaning on. And then maybe I'll have like a really small side portion of like a mashed potato or a couple little medallions of potato, or, you know, a really small little bit of rice just to give me a little bit more sustenance in the meal. But I'm leaning on non-starchy vegetables really hardcore. And then I always veer toward like a yogurt bowl at night. So Too Good, TWO Good is my favorite Greek yogurt that's flavored. I usually mix one of those with a half cup of just 0% Faye. And then I'll top it with, you know, a little bit of cereal or whatever I have left in regarding my macros. Or Kroger company, or if, depending if you're actually in the on the West Coast, it's called Ralph's there. They have a yogurt called Carb Master, which is another great, it's a high protein, very low carb, very low fat yogurt. The vanilla is the best. So that's pretty much it, is just keeping it simple and just having things on repeat. So if you're new into a diet phase and you still have plenty of calories, you can pretty much eat anything you're actually eating now. You just have to maybe eat less of it, or, you know, mix, if you're making a burrito bowl, don't use rice, use cauliflower rice, easy things like that. So it's more when you really start getting into the end of a diet, when calories are really low, where you just need to have some go-to things and put it on repeat. Social media kind of makes it seem like every meal has to be like the best ever and it has to be gorgeous. And I was craving this, so I satisfied my craving. And sometimes you are just trying to lose some fucking weight. So you just need to put things on repeat and go in autopilot and just get it done. So it depends on what your goal is, and it depends on where you are in your diet kind of phase. But when calories get low, it's less about variety and loving every meal and more about finding things that you truly do enjoy and you can put on repeat for a while, just to make your life easier when dieting actually gets challenging. So that's really all I had for you ladies. I'm gonna put all these snacks away. And then I just wanted to tell you that are in here is I will be going over drinks, you know, wines and seltzers and beers and champagne, all the things that is going to be live in here, this Facebook group only, on St. Patrick's Day. So join me that morning. I haven't announced it yet, so only you guys know, and that's going to be all about the drinks, where I'm going to talk about baby wines and shit like that that you probably judge people for, but you're totally missing out if you don't do it. So hopefully you guys are having a great day. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions in the meantime, drop them in the comments. I promise I'll answer everything. And yeah, I'm out. Bye guys.